Here we go. We just moved across the country, so we have that paired with excitement, terror, fear, goodness, confusion, you name it. Oh yeah. I am one of those people that I actually love moving. I've moved a lot in my life. And when we think about from an energy perspective, when we move, it's like we create this path of light from all these places. So if you were to zoom out and look at the map, you can envision every place that you've lived as this beautiful string of light and impact and creation and change and identity. And every thread is a new stitch that you've made in your human experience, a new layer of impact, a new lesson, new people, new places. It's totally understand the anxiety and the everything that comes with moving, because of course, and also it gets to be a rebirth. And that is the perfect timing with this season right now, as we are in between eclipses. I love that. Thank you. Absolutely. And right now, so many people are feeling the draw to move, to relocate. And these in between with eclipses. So we had an eclipse last week, and then we have one next week as well. And I'm only level 1 astrology. I'm not going to pretend like I know everything about the cosmos. None of us do. However, when we're in this in-between period of eclipses, it is the energy of the Phoenix rising. And I always refer to this in my DNA activations that you caterpillar and the goo, and then you rise as the butterfly. So we're in that goo period where you could feel like shit's hitting the fan. Or I was messaging with one of my girlfriends the other day and was like, I feel like my head is like a scrambled egg right now. Like there's just so much going on all the time. Or you could feel really clumsy, or you could have huge life things happening. You could feel like, I think I'm ready to have a baby, or I think I'm ready to get married, or I think I'm ready to move, or I think I'm going to quit my job, or I'm going to start this business that I've been dreaming about forever, or let the list continue. Eclipses are these catalyst moments. They're these choice points that we get to lean into. Why are we here? There is a 1 in 400 trillion chance that we would incarnate to this body, to this lifetime, to this planet, to this moment. And we're here. So what are we doing here? And eclipses bring in that energy of clarity. First, the waters seem a bit muddy, and it's like, what are we doing on this spinning rock? How did I get here? What's next? But eclipses bring in that big energy of, who did I sign on to be? I'm not just going through the mundane movements every day. I'm a person, I'm a soul. I have a heart, I have dreams, I have a desire to create impact, to make change, to help the planet, to help the people on the planet, whatever it may be. Eclipses bring in these massive portals of invitation to figure out and remember who the fuck you are. And that's a beautiful thing. And it brings in a lot of craziness along the way, because you have to drop every identity of who you have been and all the conditioning of who you need to be and all the programming that says that you need to do this, or you need to do this, or you have to follow this path. And you have to drop all of that. And you have to consciously decide to sever all of those ties of projections from other people saying this is who you need to be. And you have to shut all that. You have to go into the goo in order to become the butterfly, in order to figure out who it is that you are, in order it is to figure out what kind of impact that you want to make in this lifetime. When you reach the end of this road, because none of us are getting out of here alive, hate to blow the end of the story for you, but this is a human experience. We are here to experience this life. And whether it's God, source, universe, spirit, whoever it is that you reference, whoever it is that you pray to, whoever it is that you believe in, that higher power, that frequency of unconditional love, that frequency of divinity, that space, that faith of divinity, you were divinely chosen to be here. So what are you doing here, right? This is the energy of the eclipse. It's that I might have been trying to carry everything on my own and do everything on my own and make it on my own. And now I'm remembering that I have all of this support in these unseen realms. I have constant cheerleaders from God, source, universe, spirit, angels, guides, whomever it is that you resonate with. And it's that surrender where you take a step back and you're ready to hand things over in order to shed all of the bullshit so that you can remember who it is that you are and who it is that you came to be. Because you're not here to be a cog in the wheel. If you resonate with my work, you definitely are not here to be in the cog of wheel. You are here to create change. And that change is created through you remembering who you are. That change is created through caring about the people around you and the people not around you, right? Today, I'm embodying the Mother Teresa energy of we are not protesting for anti-war, we are protesting, we are standing united, we are standing in strength for faith and for peace and for unity on the planet, for Christ consciousness to amplify, for unity consciousness to amplify, for light to amplify. And that is the energy of this eclipse. This eclipse is screaming, if you do not wake the fuck up now, then you're going to next week, because I'm going to do another one of these eclipses and we're gonna force this change on you. So there's this energy of we're peeling back all of the layers so that your consciousness has the opportunity to expand. And you might be having conversations with people that you never thought you'd be having a conversation like with that specific person, right? Because there is this ripple on the planet. And the more light that amplifies on the planet, light is not created nor destroyed, but not created through division. It's not I'm right and you're wrong. It's I hear you and I see you and you're a human being and we're both trying to figure out this life the best we can. And this is the energy of unity consciousness, of Christ consciousness, of coming together as collective oneness. And this particular energy on the planet, this eclipse energy, is this ripple. And it might look really grim right now. But when it comes to energetics, we in a 3D experience are experiencing a lag period. We don't experience things exactly when there's a change because we have egos. So we have to sort through the ego and we have to sort through the shadow and we have to sort through these bigger changes that are happening on the planet, and then we arrive in the change. And we're going through it right now. And the more people that come together in spaces like this, come together, doesn't matter anything, you're coming together in community. You're coming together in a space of desiring peace, desiring a moment for yourself, desiring a moment for the planet, for the world, for all the people on it, for all the soul-filled people on it. And that anchor into light. When we think about anchor, we can think about our energetic grounding. We are grounding into light. We are grounding into spaciousness. We are grounding into peace. That impact ripples outward. Your energetic field is about 12 feet all around you. So when you stop and you pause and you breathe and you take a moment to envision what the world could be like, what the world could be like if everyone just for a moment paused and breathed in peace, breathed in unity, breathed in love, no matter what. And everyone just took a moment to pause. Think about how you would interact with that person that you run into on the street that might be polar opposite from you, right? These are the little moments that change everything. And your moment of pause impacts, ripples out through your energetic field, and that creates a change on the planet. We were all once light, and we fragmented into our individual consciousness, into our individual experience, and we are returning to the remembrance of who we are. We are returning to wholeness, and we are returning to light. And whether that is God, source, universe, spirit, whatever it is that you remember, whatever it is that you resonate with, that is beautiful. It is all coming back to wholeness. And this is the energy of the eclipse. This is the energy of intensity, because it's the pressure to create the diamond, and it is not easy. If anyone has kids, throw that in the chat. How have all the little ones been sleeping or not sleeping, or energy levels or temperament, right? Kids don't fully drop into the density of the 3D until they're about 3 or 4. So they are still anchored to the heavens, to God, source, universe, spirit. They are anchored into these higher frequencies, into these higher states of consciousness. So they are not fully grounded here until they're about 3 or 4. So when we have these massive waves of intensity on the planet, the little ones feel everything. And they are building their nervous system. They are building a regulatory field to this planet and to all who inhabit it. So when we have these massive moments of impact and change and intensity, they feel it all. And it's our greatest mirror to understand just how much change is happening on the planet. So I'm going to pause there and get a light because I forgot how dark it gets now. And comments, questions, anything that is coming up. I want to spend about 10 more minutes in an energy update, and then I want to drop you all into a meditation, into a healing, into a moment of calm, because we need that. And this is your first time working with me, also let me know, because I'm so excited. I'm 6 months postpartum and I'm like a real person now. It's so cool. Just a little bit of light. We don't need to do anything too crazy. Okay, let's see what's going on in the chat. Balancing. Love the thread of moving. That's so beautiful. Personally, I'm feeling the intensity, lots of stuff with past relationships. Mine is a bit chaotic, yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Last Friday, next one is next Friday. I've been balancing anew, which seems to be coming in, hearing so much guidance, feel and pain, less drama, but still prodding me. Very emotional kiddo, my first time. Oh, 11-month old. Oh, I love all this. Oh, here we go. Oh, yeah. Okay. Advice on how to pray for peace and unity. Is it just setting intention? Okay, we're going to tune into that right now. Okay, so this call was originally going to be in just my program and my membership. And then everything happened in the planet last week. And I was like, you know what? If there was ever a time for people to get together, for healers, for light workers, for heart-centered people to get together and to just set a really beautiful intention for the planet, I think it would be now. So when it comes to praying for peace, when it comes to setting intention for peace, there's the duality or the energetic and then the physical, right? Where we get to create aligned action through the space of intention, through the channel of intention. And when it comes for praying for peace, personally for me, I'm a visual gal. With the work that I do, that feels the most natural for me. So when it comes to setting intention or praying or seeing or holding the vision, these are all terms that you'll see me use interchangeably. Everything on this planet is a felt experience, whether we are touching our bed or we are having such a beautiful visual of the vacation that we're about to go on and we feel like we can actually touch the sand that our feet are going to be walking on, right? Everything comes down to a felt experience, energetically felt or physically felt or tangibly felt or emotionally felt. We can move through all of the physical steps to get there, right? So my practice, this does not have to be yours, but if this resonates, if this is helpful, I go into how would it feel if every single person on the planet had access to pure, crisp, clean water, how would it feel for every single person to open up their refrigerator and find a meal? How would it feel for every single person to have shoes on their feet, clothes on their back, a warm shower, a soft bed, a lock on their door, windows that open and close? I go through all the little things that I absolutely can take for granted in a day. And if every single person had access to that kind of peace that I get to have, which is the biggest blessing, I saw this post the other day, and it was, if you get to tuck your child into a warm bed at night, you've already won the lottery. And that just brought me right back into perspective. So when I think about all the things that I get to do in a day, if every single person on the planet woke up with that peace, with that ability, what would happen in the world? Truly. If we took out the nonsense, the bullshit, the illusion of division and separateness, and we got down to the root that all of us are in this together. We're in this lifetime together. I'm talking about the soul-filled people on the planet, the light-filled people on the planet, people with souls and hearts and consciousness. And if there was no more division, we were actually anchored in unity. We came back to unity consciousness. We came back to heaven on earth, new earth, the next golden age, the Garden of Eden, whatever resonates with you on this next progression, this next ascension on the planet. If we all landed there, what would that feel like? How would the air feel that we breathe in the morning? How would that cup of coffee taste after a night of waking? How would these conversations with people feel? And that's how I pray for peace. I think about all the things that we can have, because we are all on this planet at this moment in this lifetime to create the pathway into heaven on earth, new earth, the next golden age. Are there any other reference points on that? I think that kind of covers like where we are headed as a collective. And we were all chosen / volunteered to be a part of that, which is fucking crazy. That we all said, like, absolutely, I'm going to go to earth on the craziest time and ensure that lasting change, and ensure that this consciousness, this Christ consciousness, this ascended consciousness, this expanded consciousness, this unity consciousness clicks into the planet. I am up for it. We all chose that. So how can we live that? How can we embody that? Because through creation is true embodiment. We can't create change on the planet if it's like a fleeting thought that we might have throughout the day. To be fully embodied in your next evolution, your next dimension of consciousness, of thought, of creation, how can you anchor into that? How can you take this next step into who you are meant to be? How can you remember more of who you are? Because that path is then going to create lasting change on the planet. Because that's your awakening. And through universal oneness, through Christ consciousness, through what other words might be used in this, through us all descending from light, we are all one. All those with souls, I want to be very clear about that. All the soul-filled beings on the planet, we are all one. So your evolution, your awakening, your embodiment, your returning to personal power, to sovereignty, to freedom, that then ripples out and sends a shockwave through the collective. So your prayer for peace how can you embody peace deeper into your daily life? And then from that, take aligned action. What causes can you contribute to? Where are your gifts needed? Where is your energy most needed? Where can impact be created within your community? Because you entering into any of those spaces from a place of embodiment, from a place of wholeness, from a place of light, is going to make a 10x impact. Don't know if that's helpful, but when I think about praying for peace, that is where I land. Because again, we are in a third dimensional experience with an ascending consciousness. So our consciousness is raising, our consciousness is expanding, our vibration is changing, our frequency is flowing. So we are in this nexus point of change, and we can see that, we can feel that, we can intuit it. And we're at a very, very, very intense moment in humanity. So how can we be like the energy of a Libra holding the scales and witnessing everything without it fragmenting our light? Because we cannot create change from a place of fragmentation. However, we can create lasting impact from a space of wholeness. So tonight's healing is going to absolutely be relaxing and gentle and beautiful. And we're going to go through a practice of bringing in all of your energy, bringing in all of your light, breathing in wholeness, breathing in oneness, breathing in unity. So that way, my hope, my plan, my desire is that you can return to this whenever you desire. And from that point afterwards, you create a new ripple, you create a new impact, you step into a space of creation because you feel so embodied in your energy and you feel so whole in your being. So that is my intention for today. I think I covered everything in energy. There were some other tangents that I could always go on, but I can always go on tangents when it comes to collective energy. But I know that I have a huge array of I have astrologers on this call, and then I have, I think, first time experiencing meditation. So we have such a wide range. So I just want to meet everyone where we're at today. And I think when it comes to, and when we say peace on earth, I feel like there's so many kind of weird energies around that. But if we strip that away and we think about peace and prosperity for all the light workers, for all the healers, for all the love-filled people, heart-filled people, soul-filled people. When we think about the peace and prosperity and people coming together, there is an energy of possibility. And that's what we want to click into. That's what we want to amplify. And that's what we want to embody, because that is how we create change. We don't create change by pouring from an empty cup and screaming at one another and pointing the finger and everything that we see and have seen over the years occur. We make change through embodying the frequency in which we desire to see on the planet. So that is my hope for today, that you are able to anchor in to what you want to see, what you want to experience, and remember who the fuck you are, because that is how change is created. Change is not created from a space of confusion. It's created from a space of clarity. So that is where we are approaching from tonight. So I'm going to take a sip of tea, take a few minutes. If you have any questions, comments, anything going on, throw it in the chat. And if this is the first time that you've worked with me, I'm a huge advocate for getting extremely comfortable. If you fall asleep, amazing. We do our best work in our sleep state, but I will turn, oh, I'm so glad. I will turn my camera off. I encourage you all to do the same so that you can just really nestle into your space. If this is your first time doing a healing with me, I just also wanted to make the note that it is normal if you feel a bit chilly when you're doing healing sessions, because you are clearing energy. And as you are clearing energy, it's like you are stripping off these layers of weight. And if you imagine like walking through a winter day and all of a sudden your coat's pulled off, you're going to catch a little bit of a chill. So if you get a bit chilly, it's totally normal. Just grab your blanket, eye mask, pillow, however you want to be in this space. Meet yourself exactly in what you need right now. Take everything that you need. And know that every time you come back to this meditation, every time you come back to this healing, every time you come back to this space, you will get what you need. That is the intention that is channeled and anchored into this space, is that you will always get what you need. And trusting that in the process. So before we begin, before I turn off my camera, we're just going to take a nice deep breath. Everyone, just take the deepest breath that you've taken today. Maybe you've reached the end of the day and you realize that you've been squeezing your tummy all day and your shoulders have been up to your ears at the same time. So draw your shoulders down your body. Just feel like a perfectly cooked noodle. Allow your stomach to relax, your legs to fall heavy, your shoulders to drop. Roll out your neck. Do whatever it is you need to do to just arrive in this space. And before we begin, calling upon your guides, your angels, beings of the highest light that have signed on to guide and protect you in this lifetime. Calling upon God, Source, Universe, Spirit, whomever it is who holds the highest frequency and the highest intention of unconditional love and unity on the planet into this space. And as you breathe, setting the intention that you are in your own personal orbit, feeling this energetic bubble or a cocoon wrapping around you. And this space will always give you what you need. However, we are setting the intention and the command that no energy is to transfer. Your energy is your energy, and your Zoom neighbor's energy is theirs. You are staying in your orbit, you are staying in your planet, in your world, your personal cocoon. Energy can flow out, but only energy that you invite in is welcome. Keeping the space clean and filled with heartfelt intention. Okay, let's see. And I just need one person to tell me, is the music a good temperature? I started saying this with one of my clients and it just really stuck. I know it doesn't make that much sense, but it kind of does. If you can hear me and the music, it's feeling good in your body, it's like a warm blanket, that's what we're going for. Oh, thank you. Amazing. Okay. Everyone take a nice deep breath. And when I say a nice deep breath, it's not into the chest. I want you to breathe so deep that you feel the air move all the way down to the soles of your feet. And as you take this big, deep breath, breathing in your intention, what do you desire to receive from this space in this now moment? What do you desire to create in this now moment? What is the impact that you desire to create in this now moment? When you envision heaven on earth, peace on earth, the next golden age, the new earth, what does it feel like to you? What does it look like to you? because you are here to create that. You are here to lead that. As you awaken more and more to your mission on this planet and who you are at a soul level, stripping away all identities, all illusions, all projections, all stories, all beliefs, identities, as all of that falls away, there is this little voice inside of you. And that tone gets louder and louder. And it's the opportunity to listen to who you are, to what you are doing on this planet, and to who you are meant to be. So with every breath, you are breathing into that. You are breathing into the energy of the old falling away. Are you holding any point of your body a bit too tight? Can you surrender? Can you relax? Can you breathe into that space of contraction? And can you soften? Whether this is your first meditation that you have ever done, or you teach it, all that matters is in this moment, you are breathing into your body. You are breathing into presence. You are open to receive exactly what is meant for you. And as you breathe all the way down to the toes, feel your body get both heavy and light, where you feel the expansion, and that might feel like momentary heaviness, but you feel the light fill through every breath, for every sip of air. And as you exhale, surrender and soften. Every inch of you, every fiber of your being. Allow your body to soften so deeply that the thought of moving your fingers is just too much. Because in that space of true surrender, you are also at a point of true, open receptivity. And that is where what is meant for you comes through. When you are ready to receive from God, Source, Universe, Spirit, the Divine, your angels, your guides, your ancestors. When you are at a space that you are in full surrender and your palms are up and your heart is open and you are ready to receive, your mind is able to quiet and your soul is able to speak. And this is your moment to breathe into that. And in case we are needing some more grounding from your root chakra, the base of your spine, we are going to send an anchoring cord to ground your body. Now, before that anchoring cord begins to descend, I'd like you to take a moment to envision what your new earth, your heaven on earth, what does that look like? And maybe you get a visual of a specific place that you're going to be. Maybe you get a sensation of feeling of all that's possible on the planet. Whatever it is, allow that frequency, that visual, that intuitive knowing, that sensation, that desire to come in. And once you have that painted photo in your mind's eye, send your anchoring cord, your grounding cord into this space. setting the declaration that you are anchoring into the new. You are open and available, and open and ready to receive the new. Because all of these old identities and these old stories and these old illusions and programs and projections are no longer serving you. They are no longer supporting you in who you are meant to be, in that next step of your becoming. So in this moment, we are calling upon any energies, any entities, any lower frameworks or frequencies, any bonds, binds, strongholds, or attachments that are not of your highest service, to your highest good, to your highest timeline, are removed from your mind, from your body, from your spirit, and from your energetic field. And take a nice big inhale, and on your exhale, drop the weight. Because the old does not have any place in your new chapter. This is your rising. This is your time. You might feel inclined to move the body a bit. This is your space to do and take whatever it is that you need. And as you breathe into this grounding cord, feel your body steady. As if you are looking out onto the lake and the water is so perfectly still. You feel like nothing could turn it, could change it, could shake it. And feel that energy of calm rush through your body, that energy of balance, of harmony, of ease. And breathe that energy in, breathe that frequency in. And as you breathe in this energy of ease, take a nice big inhale and breathe up into your sacral chakra, into your womb space, into your reproductive space. The energy of creation. And as we discussed, creation is made through the space of clarity. So envision the most beautiful, orange, glowing, sun-filled light. And breathe that visual, breathe that feeling, breathe that knowing, breathe that intention of light, of fire, of passion, of love into the womb space, into the sacral chakra, into the reproductive. And if there are any stories, any feelings, any sensations, any beliefs that are coming up here that do not feel like heaven, then they must go. Because you are here to create lasting change on the planet. And any stories that are not supporting you in doing that must go. And they certainly cannot be in your space of creation. So on every inhale, as if you are softly blowing on the ember of a fire to reignite the flame, you are allowing this light to move through any shadows, any heaviness, any pain. And deciding and declaring that in this now moment, only energy that is of your highest good and your greatest support is welcome in your space. And allow that fire to reignite, and your passion and your creativity and your love for life to glow with it. And breathe. Feeling the lower body get heavy. Taking a moment to just check and make sure that you're relaxing your toes, your legs, your glutes, your belly. Breathing deep into the belly, no constriction or contraction. Allowing the body to take up space. Maybe you swing out your arms or your legs. And as we move up to the solar plexus, about 2 inches above your belly button, this is your time to call back your power. When we experience the lower frequencies, the heavier emotions, the projections, the stories, the illusions on this planet, we give away pieces of our light without full consent or consciousness. And it's time that we call all those pieces back. So envision that sun again, that beautiful, emanating with golden light sun. And this sun holds all of your energy that has been given away consciously or unconsciously in this life or in other lives. And with every inhale, you are sipping this light into the solar plexus, breathing in this expansion, breathing in the personal power, the fierceness, the sacred yes and no that you hold within you, activating the voice of your soul and the power of your energy. And calling upon your energy, the pieces of you, the parts of you, any fragmentation, any pieces of power, calling back all of you into this now moment, from this life and all lives, from this dimension and all dimensions, from this reality and all realities, from this planet and all planets, from this galaxy and all galaxies, from this universe and all universes, from this timeline and all timelines, calling back all pieces of you into this now moment, into this now reality, into this now breath, calling back all of you, because you were born to be whole. An impact is made through you returning to wholeness. And as you breathe all this energy back into your solar plexus, feel this energy of overflow. There is so much divine light returning to your body, and it is spilling out and moving through every vein, every cell, every pore is crystallining with light. And breathe that in. Calling upon your guides and angels, beings of the highest light, to activate your soul remembrance, activate your solar plexus in your place of power, activate your soul mission and your soul blueprint, activate your path to why you are here, to the impact you chose to create in this life, and the path you chose to walk. activating your power, your mission, and the voice of your soul. And breathe that in. And breathe into the heart, the energetic heart, the heart chakra. And take a moment to envision the light filled with love, filled with peace, filled with unity. And envision that light rippling out from your heart space through the entire globe. You might even pull your vantage point back to see the earth, and emanating that unconditional love out of your heart through the planet. Humanity needs it. The collective needs it. Gaia needs it. It is now the most important moment in our lifetime for you to be whole in your energy, activated in your mission, anchored in your purpose, and embodied in love. The world needs you now more than ever. And breathe. Breathe into that expansion in your heart, that expansion of love, the truth of love. Because when you think of God, source, universe, spirit, it is the frequency of love. Love is all there is and all there ever will be. And when you can come home to that, that is when you can create change on the planet. And breathing into the throat. Breathing into that throat chakra. Calling upon your guides and angels, beings of the highest light, to activate your voice, your truth. Activate and amplify the light that is held within. And just do a quick scan. Make sure that you are in your own orbit, in your own bubble, in your own space. Only energy flowing in that you are inviting in, and energy flowing out that you are releasing, that you are letting go. and moving into the third eye. And as you move into the third eye, envision, intuit, feel the most golden, beautiful road laid out in front of you. And as you look around, you're moving with the cosmos. You're floating through space. You're dancing through the heavens. And at the end of this golden road lies a portal, an archway, a crystalline door, a threshold for you to cross. And as you walk down this golden road, you are shedding every identity that no longer meets you where you are going. Every illusion, every story, every projection, every belief, every experience that is no longer your greatest support. And allow these identities to fall away. Allow these stories to fall away. Allow these illusions to fall away until you feel like you are just energy. You are just light. You are just stardust. This stripping away to reveal to you who you are. That is the path you are walking. And as all of the old has fallen away, and you reach this magnificent space, it's as if you are magnetized in. And this is your new earth. This is your personal heaven on earth. This is your next chapter, your next season, your next being. And as you step through and you cross this threshold, you are deciding and declaring that you are ready to receive what is meant for you. You are ready to expand your consciousness. You are ready to rise in frequency, in dimension, in being, in your experience here. You're deciding and declaring to be whole, to be healed, to be activated, to be one with yourself and one with the cosmos. And I invite you to stay in this space while I complete the healing on my end. Calling upon God, Source, Universe, Spirit, the Divine, guides and angels, beings of the highest light, to pour miracle water from the heavens down through the crown chakras of every person who listens to this call, receives this call, tunes into this call. Pouring miracle water internally and externally, overflowing their body at a molecular and cellular water with miracles. Overflowing their field with miracles. knowing that light workers, healers, the heart-led people of the world, coming back into wholeness, coming back to the embodiment of miracles, the frequency of miracles, of magic, of peace, of love, is how the world ascends in consciousness. And feel this crystalline light move through your body. Calling upon your guides, your angels, beings of the highest light, to guide you into the next level of your activation and your ascension in a way that you can safely and confidently hold, handle, and move through. And allowing that frequency of activation to move through your body, the frequency of connection, of wholeness, of love, of light to move through you. Knowing that as we activate the crystalline structure within our bodies, we activate our crystalline grid. Internally and externally, we anchor into it. And it doesn't need to make sense. When the felt experience moves through you, that is what matters. So allow the change to be felt. And through that felt experience, it's where magic happens, where miracles occur. Impact is created as is changed. And breathe into the flow of this energy. And breathe. Breathe so deeply that your body fully surrenders and softens and arrives in the embodiment of the intention that you created at the beginning of this call. And as you tune back into your third eye, allow your guides, your angels, to show you all that is meant for you. Take the next few moments to just receive all that is available, all that is destined for, and all that is meant for you. And taking a nice deep breath. The deepest breath that you have taken all day. As you anchor into your new earth, your heaven on earth, your light, taking a moment to pull your whole body back into the cosmos, where you are looking down at earth. Emanate that intention, that love, that change, where you can see or feel or intuit or envision or know that that light is being sent onto the planet and through all the beings on it. Calling upon your guides and angels, beings of the highest light, to amplify your space, your personal cocoon, with light, with activation, with Christ consciousness, and the energy to bring you up higher, to where you're meant to be. Closing and completing this space, allowing each of you to stay and marinate in this energy as long as you desire. I encourage you all to stay here as long as you can, to breathe into all the healing, all the miracles, and all the change that's flowing through your space. Whenever you feel called to open your eyes, reorient yourself in your space, I encourage you to journal, take a nice bath, go on a long walk, do something that feels good in your body to come back into wholeness. Thank you all so much for letting me be a part of your day. It is the honor of a lifetime to be present with you all here. As above, so below. As within, so without. As the body, so the soul, and so it is. Thank you all. We will talk so soon, and bye for now.